In Infinite Forbidden, we saw the release of a new hand trap, and by that, I mean a trap that can be activated from the hand. Much like how Infinite Impermanence was a side-grade effect veiler, Dominus Purge seems meant to be one to Ash Blossom, with it having a similar effect. But how well does it actually stack up against Ash? Before we begin, we first have to address the restriction of Dominus Purge. If activated from the hand, Dominus Purge prevents you from activating the effects of Dark, Water, and Fire monsters for the rest of the game. This is a huge restriction, but for the sake of comparison, we'll be assuming that the deck choosing between these can work around it. When directly comparing both cards, Ash Blossom appears to be almost strictly better. While Ash can negate the effects of cards that add cards from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck, and send cards from the deck to the graveyard, Dominus Purge can only negate cards and effects that add cards from the deck to the hand. Dominus Purge also has the additional condition the opponent needs to control a card for us to activate it from our hand, making it much more restrictive. However, Dominus Purge does have a few advantages. If you control a trap in your graveyard when it is activated, it also destroys the card negated, which is nice, but only really comes up when going first, not when it's used as a hand trap. The real advantages come from the fact that Dominus Purge is a trap. This means that it cannot be hit by cards that negate monsters, such as Call by the Grave, and activating it will not enable your opponent to activate cards like Triple Tactics Trust or Talons, making Dominus Purge actually immune to most of the standard hand trap counters, which is a huge upside it has over Ash. That being said, Ash has one major use case that Dominus Purge lacks. As Dominus Purge requires your opponent to control a card to activate it from your hand, it makes it unlikely to be usable when going first. What this means is that unlike Ash Blossom, it finds itself unable to stop Max C. This single fact alone means that as long as you're playing a deck that wants to special summon, Ash Blossom likely beats out Dominus Purge. So, is Dominus Purge worth using over Ash Blossom? Well, maybe? Ash is definitely better in general, but the advantages Dominus Purge has can't be ignored either. Maybe the real question is what decks would prefer Dominus Purge over Ash. This deck would have to not care about Max C, which means that it shouldn't special summon too much. It should also be able to enable Dominus Purge's secondary effect, which means that it needs to run other traps. And while it isn't necessary, having synergy with traps would be appreciated. Now, I'm not sure about you, but to me, that sounds an awful lot like Labyrinth. Oh, right. Well, that really only leaves us with a few decks that fit the bill, none of which are particularly good. Maybe Dominus Purge just isn't worth running, or maybe it's just waiting for the right deck to use it.